Welcome to this short demonstration of GetAccept integrated with Salesforce. As we can see, the GetAccept integration, you can place that under whichever object you are working from in the CRM. The integration can also pick up information and recipient from different child or parent objects. In this case, we have installed GetAccept as a widget inside this opportunity. But you can place it more or less wherever you feel like within the object. Some customers may place the integration as a tab, for instance, and so on. In this case, we have it here in the middle. And just to start off real easy, the integration does two things. It's one, letting your user send out documents. It could be, as we can see here, both documents which we want to enable e-signing, and it can be also documents we only want for tracking. That meaning could be, for instance, different sales collateral, product presentations, maybe proposals that should not be signed just yet, but we still want all those GetAccept features where we are going to be able to track and have a better control of the sent out collateral. The second thing is down here, which we clearly see where we can track our sent out documents from this opportunity. I will go more into detail once I have sent out a document in how we track those documents. But first, let's start off with sending out a document for signing. So we do that by clicking for signing here on our left. And what happens then is that it starts a send out workflow. 4 easy steps, and step number 1 is for us to choose our recipient. In this case, we have created the integration, so it automatically gives you the different recipients that are connected to this opportunity and or account, so you can just quickly pick whomever you want to send it to. We have also made it simple for the user, so we automatically add the single recipient if you have any related roles or contacts to the opportunity, as we can see here on the right. So it picks up email, phone number, name, company name, and so on and so on. If we choose to add multiple recipients, which you can, both externally and internally, you can then set up a signing workflow or a approval workflow if you need to have maybe an internal approval process before the document gets sent out to the customer. So you can change and administrate all that from here to give the recipients different roles, etc. But in this case, let's go with one recipient, Daniel, here. So the next step is where we sort of assemble our sendout. And we have created our integration in a way so we support Salesforce in the best possible way. Meaning that it doesn't matter how you are creating your documents or where they come from. The integration will be able to pick it up. So very shortly, we support 3 different methods, you could say, which at least one of these you should be able to resonate with. It's either one, where you actually create templates in GetAccept, so you can have templates in GetAccept, which automatically pulls information from the CRM and completes the documents. The second is that you just upload the very document you have created outside your CRM or outside GetAccept. So maybe a Word file, Excel file, PowerPoint, etc. If you upload that file will automatically convert to a PDF. And you can choose here if it's supposed to be a main document or an attachment. An attachment could be terms and conditions, GDPR, documents, etc. And finally, we can also pick up documents that then exist in Salesforce. Could be if you're using CPQ Plus, if you're using quotes, perhaps. Yes, then we can pick those documents up. Same method applies. We can add them as main documents and attachments. And we also handle versioning, meaning if you send out one document and you remake that document and need to change something, GetAccept will automatically pick that up, and we will rename documents so they are version 1, version 2, etc. So it's easy for the user to understand what they're sending. In this case, let's just pick a document. But what I also would like to emphasize here is that with GetAccept, you don't only send out one document. Rather say you have a possibility to add multiple documents you want to send out. So for instance, now I picked one document that came from the quote or CPQ. Maybe now I would like to go here and upload another document that I have saved on my desktop. Then I can do so. That document will be added with the same send out, and the recipient will be able to sign all the documents that we send out to them. So that's why I'm using the terminology where we sort of assemble our sendouts. And we can also, as you can see here, change the order of documents and so on. So to move on, the third step is where we, for instance, compose our message. Now I'm referring to the email message. So we're still gonna send out an email, but with a link to the document. So we can do that here on the right. On the left is where we can change the name of the document, expiration date perhaps needs to be adjusted. The deal value, as we can see here, it gets picked up automatically from the opportunity. However, it's not something that the customer will see. It's only exposed for you as a user within GetAccept to see how much the deal value was for that particular sendout. And finally, we can see down here that we have some send options. One, where we can activate smart reminders. And these are reminders for the recipients and not you. So you will still have your tasks and follow-ups within your CRM. However, these are for the recipients so that GetAccept can automatically remind recipients if they don't engage with the document within X number of days, which you can also set up. Secondly, we have send the link by SMS. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but what happens is that we both send out the email with the link, but also send it out as a text with the link, which I will do and also demonstrate. So we see that that is a very effective channel to communicate with our customers. It's more direct, and statistically, we can also see that customers receiving the link as a text are both more highly likely to engage quicker with the document, but also signing it quicker. So we will have a shorter signing process. And then finally, we have our built-in video feature here. It enables us to either choose a video from the library, which could be, as you can see here, a self-recorded video. It could also be a video that Treatwell has created previously, which maybe presents new products or how it is to work with you as a supplier, etc. etc. If we don't choose a pre-recorded video, we can also record a new one, and that will happen straight in the CRM. So, last step, we get a summary. We click send, and after a couple of seconds, that document has been sent out. And as I mentioned previously, now it's been sent both as an email and as a text. So we will have a look at that and see how it would be presented for your customers and or the recipient. So to do that, let's head over to my inbox. So what's happening now in the background is that the document is running through GetAccept and being sent out. The email has been delivered, as we can see here. Let's open it up. Branding is of course a very important part of using an e-signing tool. So here we make sure that we use the right colors, buttons, logos, so that the customer gets a true treatwell experience from start to finish. To open up the document, they click View Documents. And the customer will now get to a signing page, which you will own, so you can brand it in however you like. Same thing applies here. We should always aim to give the customer as a modern and sort of exciting experience as possible when they receive your documents. So this is a pretty plain document. However, the experience is still lifted due to the branding, I would say. And what happens now is that on the right, may excuse me for the Swedish here in the chat. However, what it is that this is a way for the recipient and you to be able to communicate more directly within the document. So it will still be phone calls, it will still be meetings and emails back and forth. However, we've seen that in most cases when your recipients has any questions about the document related you send to them is when they're looking at it, right? So that's why we have implemented a chat for them to be able to ask questions, and that will go straight back both to the CRM, but also if the user prefers, they can have the GetAccept mobile app downloaded, and if not that even, then they will get email notifications. So the communication between that is all taken care of already. But more of that when we jump back to Salesforce. Some small things before we go ahead and actually sign and have a look at the signing process. You can see down here that we have a sign button, and up here in the middle we have some options for the recipients. And what I wanted to say here is that everything is in English, and that's because GetAccept automatically picks up the language I have on my web browser and then translates all the buttons. So I have English on my computer. That's why if I were to have German on my computer, it would be in German. Same thing with any of other 15 languages we have installed on the signing page. And to sign the document, now I'm showing you, according to EIDS, the standard electronic signature, which I'm showing you now, is a click to sign. This method collects evidence needed in order for us to get a legally signed document. However, you can add multiple or different authentication methods that you could apply to this signature. For instance, we have electronic ID, we have text verification code, password protected documents. You can sign with your finger on your phone, for instance, if you would like to leave your handwritten signature. So there's different methods you can add to this. Now the document has been signed. So let's jump back to the CRM. And within the CRM, we will of course be able to always follow the document to see what has happened with it. If it's been reviewed, if it's been signed, maybe it was recalled, or the customer maybe rejected the document. All that data you will get back in here. And since we have a native integration, you can also use Salesforce Flow Builder and different invocable methods that we have created for you to create workflows based on what happens with GetAccept inside Salesforce. But finally, I would also like to show you how the tracking works within the CRM. So if we have a look at one other example here, we can see that GetAccept also gives us analytics. So we can actually really see and track what happens with the document, how many number they're viewing it, how much time they're spending on each page, what was the document we sent out. We can see to whom we send it to and what has happened between the different recipients, who has signed, who we're waiting for. The comments we were referring to earlier. In the latest version, you can actually also chat right in here in this window. Not in this particular window though, but once treatwell get going, yes, that will be available. And also a more detailed event log is also included in here. So, and all this I'm showing you is of course available through the mobile app, so you have that. Same thing with the tracking and everything. So if we just have a quick look on how it looks on my phone here, you can see, the notifications I was referring to earlier, but also if it's being sent out as a text, you can see it's a text from treatwell. So same thing there, you can open it up. There's a link. It will look exactly the same on a mobile device as on a computer, and they can sign it just as legally binding on a phone as they can on the desktop. Finally, the signed copy. Yes, so when the document gets signed, of course, we shoot that back to the CRM, and per standard, we save it under the same opportunity. However, you can use a flow builder to redirect that document into a different place if needed. So that was a short and quick demonstration of the integration. Looking forward to meeting you guys at treatwell and maybe having a more detailed walkthrough based on your use cases and how you're working. I'm sure there are plenty of stuff we need to discuss connected to that. But do remember that the integration we have created, as you can see, is created in a way where we can really adjust and fine-tune the integration in a way for it to suit your needs and your workflows, obviously. So thank you for watching. Have a good day and hope to see you soon. Bye.